COVID-19 has impacted all of us, loved ones, coworkers, friends. Yet, in a testament to our community's caring spirit, we didn't back down from the challenges before us. We rallied together. We raised our hands. We turned to the person next to us and said, "I'm here to help." Now, let's carry this sense of community spirit forward. For some, the road to recovery may not be easy, but united, we can meet our community's most pressing needs. Hand in hand, we can help people begin to rebuild their lives. Join us, and together, we can unite our community's caring spirit to build a stronger tomorrow for everyone here in the Metro.
And thank you all for joining us here for the kickoff of the United Way of the Midlands 2021 campaign. We're so pleased you've joined us.
It's truly wonderful to be with so many of you this morning, and we're absolutely thrilled to have many of you joining us to learn a little bit more about the United Way this morning.
Julie and I we were honored to be asked to be the co-chairs, and we said yes because we believe deeply in what the United Way of the Midlands is doing. You know, we've all had a significant impact over the last year. Many of us in this room are blessed, and we could navigate that impact pretty readily. It still was disruptive, terrible inconvenience, a lot of anxiety, maybe even some deep personal impacts. There's a lot in our community in Omaha and the Council Bluffs area who had nothing like the wherewithal many of us in this room have to be able to navigate what happened last year and is continuing to happen this year. And so we think it's more important perhaps than ever to support those in our community who have the greatest needs, whether it's food security, housing security, income security, whatever it is. The United Way is uniquely positioned to be able to do something about it.
And when we join together to support the 2021 United Way campaign, we will be investing in more than 100 United Way funded programs and partners who are currently working to address social and economic disparities and provide the essentials people need to get back on their feet. And because United Way is committed to the efficiencies, you can rest assured that your dollars are going to go even further to help people in our community.
Yeah, the United Way is a great steward of our resources. They're world-class, literally, amongst all United Ways when it comes to making sure that every dollar that goes into the bucket ultimately goes to the need. The expense ratio is something less than 8%, which is incredible. The thing that I want to stress is just how grateful and how much we appreciate the fact that you are part of Team United, that you're here this morning, you're showing support. Perhaps last year you were part of supporting the United Way and making sure that those in need in the community were helped with what they needed to navigate 2020. And I'm asking you, and we're asking you this year to continue that support. And if you're new to the United Way, to step into it, to be a part of what's going on here, to help the United Way collaborate, convene, ultimately support those in need in the community. With that, I'd love to ask Shauna Forsberg, the CEO of the United Way, to come out and join us.
Hi. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We are so humbled that the Fritzes have decided to lead the efforts this year for us. Lance was on our board for several years and was our board chair during a really important and critical time for our organization and helped me become a better leader. Very, very blessed. And Julie works tirelessly with us with our Women United group, helping really discern where we can be making extra efforts and getting people working with us in a really positive light. So thank you so much for saying yes to this effort. Also, all the team at UP, my goodness, stepped up in a very meaningful way, and we feel like we're in really amazing hands. So I'm just so grateful to all of you. You're really the heart of United Way, whether it be our board members that are here today, our amazing agencies that are on the front lines of doing this really important work, the campaign leaders that are involved in the day-to-day and making sure that we get the critical funding possible to make this work happen. So thank you for being here, and thank you for caring so deeply about our community. As Lance mentioned, this last year was really tough, right? All of us were negatively affected by COVID. But because of your efforts and sharing your treasure with us, a lot of really good things happened. We were able to provide 200,000 health services. Our 211 team, which is amazing, helped over 177,000 people navigate and find out where they could get resources. Over 8,000 people were able to keep or find new jobs. 2,000 people were able to stay in their homes. Over 10,000 of our kids received out of school time support, and 100% of our JAG Nebraska seniors graduated. So that's how your dollars are really making a difference here. But as we enter this new campaign season, your partnership is really more vital than ever. You know, we've talked about things are starting to get better, and our economy, we look at unemployment rates have largely rebounded. But the challenge is that people are recovering at different rates. And folks that were struggling before the pandemic are on par to come out in worse shape on the other side. And so, you know, to put it in perspective, here in the Omaha Council Bluffs Metro, more than 50,000 of our local families are paying too much for rent, making it really hard for them to afford other necessities. Students are experiencing learning losses, with math being one of the highest areas. And across the board, disadvantaged populations have experienced more setbacks on all subjects. So yet for every student in aftercare programs, there are at least one, if not two, waiting to get into those programs. So we really need to step up and see if we can get more kids in those programs that are making such a difference. 20% of our households in Nebraska and Iowa are struggling to pay their household expenses, and 300,000 people in the metro are still living paycheck to paycheck. And I think you'll find this last stat really compelling, and it also speaks to the spirit of our community. Omaha is the top community, the top 100 metro communities for the highest percentage of working poor. So 70% of folks that are struggling have at least one person in their household working. So this is why this work is so important. We need to get together. We need to figure this out. We've got to get as much funding as possible to these programs. And I'm telling you, they're making a big difference. And I know with your heart, passion, and generosity, we're going to do it. We're going to have a really good year this year. And our biggest goal is to address social and economic disparities and provide essential needs for folks. And what United Way really works to do is provide a circle of support. We invest in a very thoughtful group of programs and agencies that help wrap themselves around people that need it. And that's why we're all here today. So let's do this. Let's have this be an amazing year. And I am in awe of Lance and Julie's leadership. And I feel like we're going to have really tremendous outcomes. And what that means is we're going to be able to help a lot of people in our community. So to give you an example of how your dollars are used, I am very pleased to share with you our 2021 video, and it'll highlight some people here in the community that you've been able to help. Thank you.
Togetherness. It's the first thing you notice about Greg and his children. When life took a tough turn, this dad stepped up to the most important job of his life, raising 4 kids on his own.
They only know me. I just wanted my kids to be able to have a good education, graduate.
So Greg keeps his focus on Genesis, Jahari, Jariah, and Janice.
I mean, I'm going to try to keep them together as long as I can, no matter what it takes.
When the pandemic hit, Greg lost his job, then their home. United Way partners came through with temporary housing, and Greg kept his family together.
Keeping them safe, keeping them out of harm's way, keeping them housed, fed, clothed.
Completely Kids, another United Way lifeline. provided after-school care. Before long, the entire family was on the road to recovery. United Way is right there with them for as long as it takes. This little guy counts on United Way too. He'd rather introduce himself.
My name is Nicola.
A 4-year-old charmer.
Hi.
You'd never know a serious disability makes growing, even gaining a single pound, so difficult. He and his mom, Alexi, have a United Way partner in their corner. Their trip to No More Empty Pots is the highlight of the week. The CSA box, that's Community Supported Agriculture, is full of the fresh fruits and vegetables Nicola needs most. Guess who loves all the surprises?
It brings so much joy, and it's not often that our necessities bring us joy. During the pandemic, especially, to have fresh foods that are affordable and nutritious for me and my son was really important.
The creative adventure in this kitchen is such a good thing. Nicola is finally gaining weight, and Alexi, who never ever imagined she would need food assistance, has a way to give back.
We are supporting our community, our local farmers, by eating this delicious food.
Essentials for growing healthy children. That's why you join United Way. Do any of us really know when we might need help? Sometimes one hardship leads to another. Just ask Michaela.
I'm not one of those who will let a lot take me down, but at times we're all human.
United Way partner, Family Housing Advisory Services, is Michaela's stepping stone as she works towards a better life.
I picture me and my kids, a nice home.
In a neighborhood just like this one, and they're getting there.
I want to live in a loving community. 1 year from today, I'm hopefully in the dream home.
Join United Way to put your caring spirit to work for healthier lives.
This is a really beautiful program.
Where families know they're not alone.
I still got a lot more work to do.
So together, our community can replace obstacles with real opportunity.
It's great. I want to join that community.
Join today for a stronger tomorrow, because that's the United Way.
Something was set up there that I think strikes true for all of us. But for the grace of God, we're on that video, right? One step away, one chance away, one little surreptitious freak of nature away from needing the United Way as opposed to giving to the United Way. You know, we love to end these kickoff events with a rousing, inspiring close. In Union Pacific, we call it the strong close. We're going to have a strong close. Somebody that can help us tackle the issues that we face as we go through this campaign. So I'm going to introduce Trev Albert, but before he comes out, just a couple of snapshots. All of you know, I think, that he was a Husker, a decorated Husker, 1990 to 1993, a consensus first-team All-American, played for a national championship, played for the Colts, was a great ESPN commentator, a very attractive, knowledgeable, but that was just the preamble, right? His most important work, I think perhaps his best work. 12 years as the athletic director at UNO, where he took on very difficult questions, made very difficult decisions, followed through with very effective plans, and was successful at it. And now, 5 or so weeks into being the athletic director for the University of Nebraska at Lincoln, and again, facing some very difficult questions. We're in awesome hands. We couldn't be happier to have Trev join us this morning. Trev, can you share something with us?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lance. And thank you, Julie. Thank you for having me here. And thank you all for being here. I did just get a text from Mark May. He has a little, he'd like to have a word with you, Lance, about our experience at ESPN. But no, it's really an honor for me to be here. A while back when Lance sent me an email and asked me to be a part of this, part of it was, what is the theme? What's the effort this year? And what was interesting to me is that the theme is something that I believe in so strongly. It's everything that I lived as a student athlete at the University of Nebraska and being an athlete for Tom Osborne. But it's the idea that together we can lift each other up and build an even stronger tomorrow. That's really at heart, what the United Way is really all about. It's about the spirit that gets us through the COVID-19 pandemic. Look, the last 18 months was pretty hard for all of us. And I'm realizing that it's becoming hard again, and we're all going to be going through some of these challenges, but that's the way our community operates. That's what this whole organization is about. It's about we're stronger together. So to use a sports analogy, it really is about a team concept. It's something that was ingrained in all of us. It's called unity of purpose, right? It's amazing what we can get done together as a group. It's amazing how little we can get done if we're not unified together. And that's the whole theme here. So throughout my career, I've seen the powerful things that teams can accomplish from my time as a Husker and to the years I've spent at UNO. What really amazes me about this community is I've never seen a community like Omaha and the state of Nebraska that comes together to accomplish great things together, really meaningful things, things that change the trajectory of our community. And that's what's important to me. You know, sometimes it means simply being willing and ready to go into action when you're called. It's other times it means holding the line, grabbing a hand, helping a teammate when the odds seem against him or her. So it doesn't matter what your role is within the team, right? But that role is really important, and we can't accomplish what we want to accomplish unless everybody's performing their role at an elite level. When you run in, lend a hand, as all of you are doing this morning, when you take the challenge, there's nothing that we can't accomplish together. So again, I want to thank you for that. I'm speaking to you today because I know that the United Way believes in these very same values, very similar values. Together, we're stronger. The organization has a history of sizing up our community's challenges, developing game plans, and executing them to help the right people in the right time and the right need. As we kick off the 2021 campaign, we all have an incredible opportunity, but I'll also add we all have an incredible responsibility, and that's our challenge this morning. As we have the opportunity to get out in the field, actually execute, do something, give it our all, work together, show the kind of effort to make the difference that we all desire. When we join Team United and encourage others to do the same, I'm confident that we're going to continue to score big time wins for this community. Omaha is a game changer type community, and we all benefit from it, and the state of Nebraska benefits from it because people like you make the commitment to do the hard work and do the things that matter in our community. So I want to thank you so much. I'm going to hand it back now to Lance and Julie and just tell you how proud I am from all of you of being involved in this. We're going to do this together. We're going to do some amazing things. And I again want to thank you for taking the effort this morning to be here. So have a great day. Go Big Red. Go Nebraska.
Thank you so much.
I am pumped.
So this is what I heard, Julie. Just do your job.
Absolutely.
That's what I took. Okay, maybe not. Anyway, so I am pumped. You may know this about Julie and I. We are very competitive people. Union Pacific is a very competitive company. If we're going to do something, we want to do it hard, strong, the best, and be inexhaustible, indefatigable. That's what you all are. You're our support group, and that's what we're asking. We're asked that as we're out running and you're running with us, that it's a marathon. You put everything you've got into it, and you keep in mind what the goal is, and that is there's many in our community that need our help. That's what we're here for. We've been blessed, and I think it's our job to help bless others. So thank you very much for being with us this morning, Julie.
Yes, thank you.
Have a good morning. Thank you very much.
Bye.